There's a strange thing about people who don't post on social media. They don't announce themselves. They don't document every moment. They don't tell the world who they are. But somehow, they're the people we're most curious about. In a world where everyone is constantly performing, their silence feels mysterious, intentional, almost powerful. And the truth behind that silence goes much deeper than most people think. Today, we're diving into the psychology of people who don't post on social media, how their mind works, why they stay quiet, and the deep emotional truth behind their online invisibility. Most people don't post on social media because they're shy. They don't post because they see something the rest of the world forgets. Social media is a stage, and most people are performing. Posting becomes a search for validation, a way to feel relevant, a way to feel seen, a way to feel enough. But people who don't post, they step back from the performance. Not because they're boring, not because they have nothing to share, but because they don't want their life to be measured in likes, views, or comments. They see the exhaustion in constant self-presentation. They see the pressure behind every photo. They see how the world mistakes attention for worth. And deep down, they don't want their identity to be something that must be maintained. People who don't post are often highly observant, deeply introspective, more focused on life than the performance of life. Emotionally independent, private to the core. They look at a moment and think, this is for me, not for the internet. They don't feel the urge to prove anything. They don't need digital applause. They don't need an audience to validate their joy. And here's the real psychology. They're not afraid of being seen. They're afraid of being misunderstood. To them, privacy feels safer than exposure. Silence feels stronger than explanation. Every post becomes an opportunity for misunderstanding. What if people take it the wrong way? What if it's judged? What if it becomes something I didn't intend? And people who don't post carry a powerful truth inside. Their peace matters more than someone else's perception. They don't want to enter a world where people compare, people criticize, people assume, people interpret without context. They see how badly humans judge based on fragments. And they want no part in that shallow evaluation. Their silence is not insecurity. Their silence is protection. Here's where psychology gets real. Many people who don't post grew up feeling unseen or overly observed. Two opposite experiences that create the same outcome. 1. The ignored child. They learned early that expressing themselves didn't lead to attention or care. So as adults, they keep their world small, safe, private. 2. The overcontrol child. Every move was monitored, judged, or corrected. So as adults, they guard their independence fiercely. Both childhood paths create one belief. My life is safest when it's mine alone. Not everyone who doesn't post is an introvert. Some are outgoing, funny, charismatic in real life. But here's the difference. They don't chase digital attention. They value real connections over virtual ones. They don't want a screen to define their personality. They feel something most people avoid. The more you post, the less you live in the moment. They want presence, not performance. Privacy, not pressure. Depth, not display. People who don't post often carry powerful traits. Emotional maturity, independence, selective relationships, strong boundaries, quiet confidence, depth of thought. They are comfortable not being seen. And that's a rare kind of power. They don't fear missing out. They don't crave attention spikes. They don't shape themselves for a digital audience. Their self-worth comes from internal alignment, not external reaction. People assume they're hiding something. They think they're better. They're antisocial. But the truth is simpler. They're tired of noise. They're tired of pretense. They're tired of being perceived. They crave a life that belongs to them, not one constantly put on display. The irony? The people who don't post often have the most interesting inner worlds. They're deep. They're observant. They're emotionally rich. They live fully offline. They don't share their life because they're hiding. They don't share because they're living. If you're someone who doesn't post on social media, you're not strange. You're not behind. You're not invisible. You're simply someone who values authenticity more than attention. And in a world addicted to being seen, your silence is not a weakness. It's a form of self-respect. It's your way of saying, my life doesn't need an audience to feel real.